For the two people in here, I'll be right back. Oh, we already got a thumbs up. Who's in here? Speak your name. What's up, Eric? Road Reaper videos. It's all junk, and we love it. You learned that from me, or you coined that yourself? Because I say it's all junk. It's just what junk do you choose to drive? Out of order. What's up, man? Get situated here. Little of both. Dude, I don't care if you're driving Ford junk, Chevy junk, Chrysler junk. It's all junk. It's just what junk do you cling to? I mean, some can be junkier than others, but in a roundabout way, it's all the same junk. See how many people we can get in here. I think I'm ready to get a top of 3 people. We'll get 3 in here. Yeah. Speaking of junk, Riley's outside right now trying to fix their Nissan Titan. Just put a hub bearing on the passenger side, and I backed it out of the garage. I'm looking to pump up the brakes because the caliper was dismounted and all that. I'm pumping and pumping. Like, why did this can get no brakes? Pull it out, blew a brake line right at the front passenger side on the frame rail. He's like, that sucks. I'm like, no, that's good because it was going to blow that line on the street if it didn't do it here. You guys hear me all right, or should I turn that shit down a little bit? Oh, we're up to 4. Oh, you guys exceeded my expectations. Audio's okay. All right, thank you. So I'm going to give it a few minutes and see if we can get a couple more people in here, and I'll explain the title of this video. Apparently, evidently, I have a problem buying junk, saving junk from the shredder. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how's that Cordoba working out for you, John? $300 horse 04 Audi. Get it for a good deal? The 4 rings of hell, man. What are you doing? I mean, I guess it's better than a Volkswagen. That's cool, though, if you got it for a good deal. Oh, we got Chris. Chris, where are you at? You should come over and spoil my stream like I do to you. So, Chris, get this. Riley was doing a wheel bearing on the Titan. It's like the 85th wheel bearing they put on this thing. And no sooner than he puts it down on the floor, I go to back it out of the garage, and it's got no brakes. So I'm trying to pump them up because, the caliper and the pads were out. Figure, 2 or 3 shots, pump them up, brakes come back, nothing. 28 pumps later, what the fuck? So I look under the truck, and it blew a brake line right at the top of the driver or passenger side frame rail. So he's got it all apart right now. He's going to put a nickel cadmium line in it. You still got that sugar baby, John? Or is it a new one? Okay, I can understand that. If you traded a Jag and you got $2 grand cash out of that, Jags ain't no fun. Just when you think Volkswagen or Audi's bad. No, I understand getting rid of the Jag. They were getting the Kubota trainers tomorrow. Oh, yeah? What, 200? Home tired of working on the bird. Yeah, I can see that. What else you get done to it? Oh, we got Herb in the chat. What's up, man? Oh, the same Blondie? Yeah, it's all right. That's good. That's been going on, what, more than 3 months at this point. Yeah, Chris, but like I was saying earlier, it does suck, but at the same time, it doesn't. Riley's like, said the same thing. He's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, not really. The truck was smart enough to pop a brake line when you were working on it, not when you were out on the street driving it, which if it didn't blow the line now, it would have done it tomorrow. Yeah, it never ends. You got to say it in a Sam Kinison voice. How's that roof coming apart on the Firebird? Is it smearing or is it actually sanding? All right, so we got a couple more people in here. Evidently, I have an addiction to buying junk at good prices. Okay, John, what'd you send him on Facebook? I'll have to check him out. So anyway, I bought a T5 over here, plus a clutch and a pressure plate and a flywheel and a bunch of stuff for $400. It came out of a 90 Firebird. Initially, I bought it because I'm thinking maybe I'll put it in the red Camaro, maybe not. But I'll still buy it because it's a good deal. And if I don't use it, I'll sell it. So I don't think I'm going to put it in the Camaro just because that old 350, I think the way I want to beat that car to death, that T5 ain't going to last. So I may hang on to it. I may sell it. I don't know. Who knows? Might end up in my dad's Trans Am in 35 years. If you've been keeping up to date with videos, you'd see that. Well, I got to move you guys. If you look over there, there's a junk 454 block. But right there, that thing. Riley bought that. That's a I forget what year the block is, but it's a 454 block with 427 parts in it, a rotating assembly. It's got 70 closed chamber heads, and on the floor over here, came with the same deal. There's a Doug Nash 4-speed, which if you don't know, that's like a Richmond. Richmond bought out Doug Nash. So for that transmission and that engine came together for $1,500. We offered that to my buddy Austin with his 72 Tokyo Drift Monte Carlo, and he didn't want to pick it up. So we got to talking. I'm like, well, somebody's going to buy this thing for $1,500. You get a 427 and a 4-speed. And then Riley's like, wait a minute. I got this Skylark right here. So he ended up buying the whole package deal for $1,500. And if he didn't buy it, I was going to buy it, and I don't know what I'd do with it. I'd either put it in the Cutlass and sell my 455 for a good profit, or I'd separate the motor from the tranny and sell them outright. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, 406? Yeah, Chris brings up a good point in the comments. Chris was over here and he saw it. It's got a forged bottom end in it. It's got a nice forged crank. Yeah, Chris said it's a killer find. It's too bad I didn't have the money. I did. I kind of wish I would have bought it, but I ain't sweating it. I got what I got. So anyway, that's not the end of the dealing here. So then I was on an Oldsmobile page on Facebook. A guy put out an ad on July 3rd that I never saw. And he says, I'm selling my whole lot of garbage, and if nobody buys it, in 2 weeks I'm going to scrap the shit. Well, I didn't see that until 2 weeks later. And I contacted him, and he wanted $300 for everything. But when I got there, he said, give me $100 for everything. But I ended up spending $180 because I bought extra stuff, and I felt bad ripping them off. So how did I get from $100 to $180? The guy was selling junk. He's got a 77 Olds 350 out of a Trans Am. He's got an 85 307, another 85 307, and what he thought was another 350 only turns out to be a 260. I saw it the moment I walked in his garage. I'm like, that ain't a 350. That's a 307, or wait a minute, that's not even a 307. This is a 260. So I got those four motors. I got a 3-row radiator. I got a set of 4 G-body 442 wheels, 2 4-lug Keystones. I just took them because they were there. A bunch of other miscellaneous stuff. And for $30, I also acquired 4 engine stands. I gave him $50 for the engine stands. He didn't want nothing extra for them, but I'm like, I'm ripping you off, dude. Huh? Oh, so we got 2 of them. Okay, 2 of them. I'm overwhelmed with all the shit I just took home. So I got a regular engine stand like that's on, and then I got a floor stand for an Oldsmobile. I was like, dude, I'm robbing you. I'm ripping you off. Let me give you $50 for the engine stands. But then for $30, I picked these up. Well, I'm bringing one over. I got a set of small block Olds headers that are in like really good condition. They look like a good set. They look like, if I had to guess, I'd say they're Headmans. But for $30, I got a set of headers. I needed a fan clutch for the Cutlass because my clutch is no good. So we threw this 6-blade in with a clutch that's good. Now I don't have to buy a clutch. What else? Oh, yeah, the engines. Why did I buy a bunch of junk engines? The 350 is probably making 180 horsepower. It's a late 70s old 350. Junk. Whatever. I'll do something with it. Maybe I'll sit on it. But the other motors I'm going to part out because those that don't know, all Oldsmobile V8s from 64 straight to 1990 have universal parts, valve covers, rocker bridges, timing covers, oil pans, oil filter adapters, dipsticks. Yeah. So I'm going to take all those engines, and I'm just going to take all the universal parts off them and take the rest of the dump. So let me catch up on some comments. So Jason, my dad told me we got all the small blocks. He goes, so we got some 350s. I said, we got an up 350. He goes, well, the 010 block, I need for my race car. I said, it's not a Chevy, it's an old. He goes, oh, I thought you bought Chevy shit. I was like, ah. He's like, what'd you buy all that shit for? I was like, because we got 4 engines for $100. He goes, oh, shit, I would have bought that just to make it CSR. Yeah, really. So anyway, John, I heard your company owns your ass, and you're going to flip the Cordoba, which that should be a nice flip for you. I saw that car in the pictures. I would, you probably turn a good profit on it, especially because I know what you paid for it. Jeez. Chris said he spent your money for you. Spent my money? He spent your money for you. On that. Is that right, Chris? You spent Riley's money on that for him? By sending them. Well, Chris is the one that sent us the link to that 454 block, the 427, I mean. Chris, you talking about the museum piece in your profile? Hey, if you line up your profile and Chevelle 406's profile, you guys almost match. I would list it, John. I would list that car at $5,000, and I'd take 45. Me personally, I'd want to get rid of it. If he was gonna flip it, I'd just get rid of it. But that's just me.
Move over.
Fine, I'm taking the computer with me. Dang, you stink, bro. Just thank God they haven't invented the smell-o-vision yet.
Oh, let's hope that bubble flare fits.
He's all like anti putting compression fittings on brake lines. I've seen it done at my house for 30 years. I've never seen one blow out.
Yeah, but you also probably haven't seen a car go through 6 wheel bearings.
Yeah, I had my Regal. I had a No 1 Regal as my first car. 8 wheel bearings, or hub bearings, I should say. Coke oven life.
Saying shit happens here that doesn't happen at your place.
John's on the grind. Yeah, I know. Like shit everywhere.
Saying it'd be the time we do it here. We do it on one of my vehicles, it'd be the vehicle that blows out the pressure fitting.
Here, move your big ass dome head. I just want to show it off real quick. You see that museum piece up right there? Wait, I can't. It's backwards. I can't do it. I'm broken. There's a fucking. I'm just gonna point. There's a tail panel up there for a '69 Firebird. That's Chris's shit that he cut off his car.
Here. You didn't have far over enough.
They can see it. It's hanging from the beam in the building. I'm gonna put taillight tape on it and LED lights behind it so it lights up. But Chris screwed me. He didn't give me the Pontiac emblems that go on it.
Yeah, what the fuck, Chris?
So, 406, you're saying he's got the right idea. He says we need Cutlass content. Well, are you in luck? Because that's all I'm working on right now, and that's why I haven't uploaded, because I don't have enough content to make an actual quality episode. But I'm close. The motor's really close to going in the car with the transmission, and when that happens, I'll be uploading that as one long video of me assembling the motor, moving it over, and all the bullshit we went through with the clutch, flywheel, and all that shit, and then dropping it into the car. So look forward to a good episode coming out on that. I put everything else down. I'm not filming no more Dyke wagons, no Camaro content, no more of his motors. I'm just stockpiling Cutlass footage because that's all I'm working on. John, what are you talking about? Putting vice grips on lines when you pour? Are you talking about making a homemade line lock kit?
That only works until you blow through
Oh,
the
no,
vice grip.
he's talking about a word. Yeah, there's part of your bird. Chris, why is your bird brown? At least,
Bird.
Whoa. Chris's bird may be brown, but it used to be green. No offense. Oh, but it looks good on you.
Bird, shit bird.
All right, out of order. I'll catch you around. Stay tuned for
Falcon.
Cutlass stuff.
The brown falcon.
No, the brown bird.
Yeah, it's all bird.
Yeah.
The brown falcon.
That
Brown falcon just sounds like a sex position.
it sounds
Like, or like a, like the Stanley steamer, whatever it was.
Brown Falcon sounds like a sex position you would find on a Grinder account.
No, it sounds like a Cleveland steamer.
No. Does anybody out there know what a chili dog is? That's disgusting.
Like what I just see the other day about something similar to that.
Look, we're trying to stick the cars here, not upper decking toilets and fucking Terrence and Phillip.
I might not have a video for next week.
Oh, no, I haven't. I've never had a broken caliper, luckily, so I haven't had to put vice grips on it to clamp it off. You do that, man, you get an instant steering response. Hit the brakes and the car will dart one direction. But I have put vice grips on the brake line that comes over the rear axle for line lock in a burnout contest.
Still bit you in the ass.
It did. It wasn't done right. But yeah, thank you for input, 406, because I've been having the feeling, sneaking suspicion that I should be doing more Cutlass content, and I haven't been. So that's why I've been starting to do some. So hearing you say that just reiterates what I was thinking. And this song fucking sucks. But anyway, the Cutlass motor is all put together, minus accessories. I don't have the water neck on it and stuff like that. But I do have my clutch on it currently with the little tool that goes in the plug in the ass and holds the clutch in place.
Did you get the bolts on?
No, I don't have bolts yet. So anyway, they didn't give me bolts to put the pressure plate on, and I snapped out about that shit. I was mad. If you watch his channel, you'll see me flipping shit in the garage. I'm like, well, if they can't give me bolts, why'd they even give me a throw-up bearing? If he ain't a cop, why can't I frisk him then? Like, that type of deal. I was mad. So anyway, I got to get bolts to put the pressure plate on, then I got to sneak the tranny onto it, and then just dump it in the car. I haven't blown a hole in the floor yet for the shifter. I think I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to get the tranny in and see exactly where I want to put that hole. And then I'll get up in the car and blow a hole in the floor. What else did we buy recently? I got that T5 and all that Cutlass bullshit. You bought that. Like a professional parts hoarder.
Fiero. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he fired it up
Tractor.
yesterday. Oh, yeah, he bought a tractor.
Why not buy it? But my dad did.
They own a tractor now. And they're moving shit around with it. Big ass A-frame out in the yard.
Filling up potholes and moving wood.
John, that sounds like automatic problems. He says, you ever drive a car home with no brakes by putting it in reverse and flooring it? No, that sounds like something Zach would do. But however, I have
put in reverse and let the clutch out.
Yeah. Well, you do that in an auto. That's what he's saying. But on what I have done is I drove my Mustang for about a month with almost no brakes. And the only way I got away with that is because it's a stick. My brake pedal would go straight to the floor. You come up, it would go straight to the floor almost again. It would come up, and then you would get like 1/3 braking action. I drove the car like that for a month because I didn't have time to fix it.
Well, you drive your own truck basically when you have no brakes.
But what I did was I drove locally to and from work, and I planned my stops ahead, and I did not take the car on the highway during the daytime when cars are out. At nighttime, that's no big deal. You can do 80, 85 on the highway. There's just no traffic at 11 o'clock at night. But I did do that for a month. And yeah, I know what you're talking about. That 71 Ford pickup we drive around, my buddy, he bought it off of. He had two cars. He had that 71 pickup, and he had a Honda CRV. Well, the CRV broke a lower control arm in the back, so that was undrivable, and we had to drive that day. But he was so happy to be working on the truck at the same time where he had the master cylinder physically removed from the truck, and we drove that all across town.
Like you couldn't even try.
There was no master cylinder in the truck. We drove it across town with absolutely no fucking master. We relied on the 3 on the tree and the minimal e-brake action that it had. You could hold yourself still at a red light on a flat surface. But other than that, and we drove that bitch clear across town.
I'm saying I drive it now like it has no brakes, just downshift.
Drive till a month until reverse blue. But yeah, that's a story. Y'all ever drive across town with no master cylinder? Period. Because we have. And it was like broad daylight. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, plan your stops ahead. See, you come to my channel to hear all the incriminating shit that we probably shouldn't be telling the public.
No e-brake and one drum blew.
How the hell's a drum blow apart? Must be one of them Chinese.
My dad drove the Titan back from Duncannon on the highway with no brakes. That's like a 45-minute drive normally. He said he only had to hit the pedal twice.
It's not hard for me to do either, driving a car without brakes, because I do that anyway. I avoid using my brakes at all costs. I've been doing that for so many years. It's just second nature.
It's like what the Titans because you can't downshift at all.
Why not?
Got no way to downshift.
The shifter goes down.
No. Just goes to drive.
I call bullshit.
There it is.
I'm going to go check his Titan. I guarantee you can pull that stick down further. And if I'm wrong, I'm still right. Fuck him.
He's wrong.
I think I'm wrong. I might be mistaken, but I'm definitely not wrong.
Who was right?
Well, I don't know who's right. The shifter in his Nissan Titan, it stops at drive, but if you look at the dashboard, the digital readout,
Yeah.
it says Prindle, and then it says 4, 3, 2, 1. Why are those even showing up if I can't?
Did you notice on the shifter it's got the flipper switch?
What's that?
It's for downshifting.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can downshift
But it
it.
don't work.
That's stupid. That is fucking dumb.
Breaks all the fucking time on those things.
That's fucking dumb. That's almost as dumb. It's not as dumb, but it's almost as dumb as those electronic e-brakes. You pull up the little button and it engages the little brakes in the back. Oh, automobiles make me fucking sick.
Yeah, that broke years ago. And it's apparently very common on those trucks. And to fix it, you got to change the whole shifter assembly.
If you're gonna do that and make it a button that you can downshift manually, why not just make it buttons for everything? Button for reverse, button for neutral, like that fucking those mid '60s Dodges that had the push buttons on the fucking dash. That's stupid.
Apparently, the harness inside the column usually chafes and breaks that connection, and then the only way to fix it is to replace the whole shifter assembly.
Who rap now, round guy? That's stupid.
You said truck's not a center console truck.
He's got a point. He's got the only
You ever
Titan in existence I've ever seen that has a column shift without the floor shift on it.
Well, with a front bench.
And a front bench. Yeah, he's right. I've never seen a Titan with a bench seat and a column shifter. He's got one.
That's why my dad bought it.
It's an 06. I worked at Mako when I was 20, and we got a lot of Titans in there for small bullshit. Every one of them, bucket seats and a floor shifter. I'm like, it's a pickup truck. Why? And it's like a Dodge Ram.
It's stupid. And the center console's fucking honking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a Dodge Ram. The center console is like this wide, this long. Anybody that's had like a 96 or 97 Ram knows what I'm talking about. It's got one of them honking ass center consoles. That's a fat people truck.
On my 02 Accord, it runs, or my 2.0 Accord, it runs 13.1. Oh, is that the 2.0 turbo, like 2018 and up ones? I like those Accords.
Yeah, but you still be like driving a Honda. It's not cool.
I'm not driving a Honda.
No, not you.
John should race Chris at No Name Nationals with their daily ship boxes. The 200 versus the 2.0.
John's not going to No Name.
I know. 2020 Sport 2 Turbo, yeah. No, but I'm saying he should go and race Chris with his 2.0 Turbo Accord versus Chris's V6 200.
Chris will take him.
Oh, those Accords are really fucking fast.
I'm surprised how fast.
I mean, look, it's
Is it raining?
No. It's 13.1.
It's raining, bro. Oh, it's pouring. How'd that happen? All right, so it just decided to rain for the second time today while they call for no rain. Chris had to put 2 orange chicken turbos on that 260. You know, we could do that, and we put it in the Camaro. And if it blows up, then we just put the 350 in it. It'll already be set up. Paddle shifters. John, you got to say it right. It's a paddle shifter.
Yeah. Upshift. Upshift.
Oh, Eric's back. Or he's just been sitting in the shadows.
I don't like those.
Jacob's Northwest Buckets. What's up, man? Oh, that. No, we're not getting any flooding. But by rights, we should be. As much as it rains around here, you hear this shit? That's awesome. Can you guys hear me? Or is it just like extra loud? Look, you can see the cloud. It rolled over a mountain back there, and here it is. Did I sunburn my face? Probably. I'm always outside. If I'm awake. I went to what did we do recently? I was at the Chrysler Nationals on the last weekend, and I didn't burn, but I got that beet red fucking farmer's tan. Yeah.
It's fucking pouring out.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you're about to get this in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway, Chris, it's coming your way. Well, John, here's the thing. You talking about it being faster, letting the computer shift and all that? I see constantly younger kids on Facebook arguing that automatics are just so glorious these days. They're so much faster at the track. I'm like, well, one, you shouldn't be allowed to run an automatic on the track. That's like training wheels. And two, okay, if having an automatic is so cool on the track, you're the same person that's going to get mad in 20 years when we have full autopilot Tesla racing on the track. Some geek's just going to program a car to drive itself around the track, and when something wins, they're going to go, woohoo, I programmed a better car. If you're up northwest, you should be getting that Seattle rain all the time, Eric. And we do not need rain here. It rains what? Every other day? Heavy like this?
Something like that. Well, it'll rain for like 30 minutes and then stop.
Eric, I can't stand the Tesla owners. Teslas they're whatever, but the people that drive this shit, it's one of two people.
Indians.
Really uppity people or Indians.
And I hate both of them.
I hate everybody.
Oh, M. You remember M, Mitchell's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Fiance? He came over to the property. He got out of the car like, what up, nigga? Well, she told my dad, she's like, Ellie's friend. He like came out of the car screaming, nigga this, nigga
He said
that.
the N-word.
Well, yeah, he's like he's a racist. I hate racists.
You're stupid.
I'm like, Dad, we're not racist. If anything, I like black people more than I hate white trash, trailer park, sister fucking hillbillies.
Right. Oh, Eric, I know what I was talking about with Teslas. These Tesla owners always have the most arrogant license plates about like laughing about no gas, this, that, and the other thing. I want a Tesla, and my personalized tag would say, got coal?
If you could have a longer tag, it'd be like, eat more oil. Like Chick-fil-A's like eat more chicken.
Eat more oil.
He's a racist.
Burn
He's
more-
just an asshole.
Burn more oil.
As to which I would say, well, she's a fat chick, and I don't like fat bitches, so we're even. We don't like each other. No offense. I meant defense.
BRNMOIL. Burn more oil.
Real Steel Robotic Racing. Gone. Chris likes dogs more than people.
Start up again.
hear it. Can you guys actually hear us?
Certain dogs. Like
Certain dogs.
Scout's all right, but Reggie, I like Scout more than people. I definitely probably take most of mankind over Reggie.
Chris, you get along with my boss. Who's calling me? John, quit sending me shit. I'm trying to listen to music.
Come on, Reggie eating the rabbit.
I won't in a minute. But I was saying, Chris, you get along with my boss. He's an asshole in the same way I am. But he's always going to concerts. Trunk's open on a Cobalt. Why fucking open? See that shit? Go shut that motherfucker. There's going to be a swimming pool in the bottom.
Not my guard.
Whatever. Take a punch and a hammer and blow a hole.
I'll shut up when the rain stops.
So anyway, and my boss is always going to concerts, and he refuses to go to anything in Hershey. He's like, I will drive to Pittsburgh just to avoid Hershey. I don't like people, and I have a permit for a gun. It's not a good combination. Let's say no more. I understand.
Reggie.
I don't know. Oh, Jacob's asking, what do we save from the scrapper? A shitload of engines and car parts, radiators, everything really. What else we get? Miscellaneous stuff, wheels,
Headers.
Yeah, a good set of small block headers,
Engine stands.
2 engine stands. The guy was asking $300 for everything. When I got there, he's like, "I'll tell you what, if you got $100, it's yours." I'm like, "Well," but I ended up spending $180 because I gave him extra money for the headers and for the engine stands. He didn't want extra money for the stands, but even me, I'm like, I can't rip this guy off that bad. This is just painful. I said, "Let me give you $50 for the engine stands." He's like, "All right, cool."
And then I'm over here like, I was like, "Hey, what about these wheels?" You go, "Oh, you can have them." Mine. Didn't even argue with him. 4-lug, 14-inch.
I know I asked for it, just not now. Here it goes again, dimming my music down.
4-lug, 14-inch keystones.
Oh no, my boss ain't calling me for his weekly back massage, Eric. My boss knows not to talk to me because when he says something to me, I have the dumbest response to give him every time. He learned a long time ago. He bitching. "Oh, y'all never want to work overtime. I'm about to make overtime mandatory." I said, "Damn, that sucks. I was just thinking about getting a McDonald's job." That's the look I get. Then he's going on about overtime and being late and this, that, and the other thing all the time. And I said, I found the same time clock we have here on eBay for $70, and you got a pile of time cards over there. I got one of those looks again. Don't talk to me about some shit I don't want to be talked to about, because if you do, I'll make you regret it. That's what I'm good at. It's a come up, but the motors aren't the greatest. It's an old. I got a late model Olds 350 with a window main block, 2 307s and a 260. I'm going to scrap the 307s and the 260, but I'm going to part them out, steal all the good stuff. Oil slingers, oil fill tube, timing covers, oil filter adapters, valve covers. You're allowed. So he was going to scrap everything, and I said he wanted $300. So I'm like, all right, well, you know how scrap prices are. What do you think you're going to get for all this stuff? He's like, I don't know, $45. I was like, I'll give you $100. He said that, okay, that works. It was a good deal. No, we are not union, Eric. Here's the funny thing about my job. My job, the main owner of the company, he started the place in the early 70s, I think 72 or 73. This man is loaded, and he also wears one of those Yamahas on his head. My company tried to band together about 10 years ago and unionize, and he was like, "Go ahead, unionize. I'll shut the company down. I can afford it. Go ahead and unionize. You won't have a job tomorrow." Put them in their place real quick. But I will say, my company, it's not run like anything modern, like Amazon or anything. We got no rules. The only rules of my job is show up somewhat on time, wear pants, and get the job done. That's the only rules there. And don't tell a joke so funny it gets back to HR. There's no dress code. You don't got to wear steel toes, nothing. It's how companies would have been run 50 years ago when he opened the place. But the guy is pushing like 87. I don't know how much longer my company's going to be around because his kids don't really have a interest in it. Their net worth is a lot, and I have a feeling that when he croaks, they're going to pass the company off and sell it to some other company. It's a printing business. We make Rolling Stone magazine, your OPGI magazines for restoration parts like Skylark, Cutlass, Chevelle, all that. Yeah, I do that all the time, John. I do. I stop and talk to him and shoot the shit with him. And then it all depends on where the conversation is going. And then I just say something stupid, and then he walks away and leaves. It's easy. Talking about how I deal at work. Chris, he says, too bad it's not a 403 or a 425. I had a guy reach out to me in New York. He's got two 425s, a 330, like 7 455s, and he's got a 400 and a ton of miscellaneous parts for all that shit. And he's looking to get rid of his lot too. I don't know what he wants, but I kind of want to buy the whole lot and sell it off. And if I did, I'd keep a 425 and I'd sell the rest of it. Yeah, I'd keep a 425 and a 455. I'd keep a spare 455 hanging around in case something goes wrong with the wagon or the Cutlass. Just have a whole spare block, rotating assembly, all that shit. But and that guy's in York. I almost thought it was Darren, but it's not.
You talked to my dad about that.
No, I haven't.
I said you gotta, because it's on my back.
Because if I can buy this whole lot of big blocks for cheap, you bet I'll be selling for $600 all day. And for $600 a big block, you know they'd fly off the shelf. John, my company's not big enough to union. Like I said, they can't unionize. The owner would shut it down before that happened. And he would shut it down just because he can. So if you got it so sly, John, then you're being an overachiever. Just busting your balls. Yeah, Eric, like I said, magazines and books. Wine, cigar, and what's the third one? Whiskey. Whiskey, wine, and cigar. 3 big magazines we do. Rolling Stone, all the restoration books, and then the monthly deals. Well, Rolling Stone is a monthly deal. I used to work on the bindery side, working this shit real hard, and I can't do it no more because they're 12-hour shifts. So now I drive the forklift because I'm a fat fuck and I'm lazy. I just let me turn the steering wheel all day. I never drove a forklift a day in my life until I worked there, and I actually got really good at driving one in between doing bindery work. And then that's why I pulled the plug and I went over to another building for the same company. And now I just drive forklift all day. Like a go-kart. What's up, Benny? Benny, I haven't picked it up yet. I got to go on either Friday or Sunday to pick the rest of that stuff up. I only took everything we could fit in the car. I also got a turbo 350 out of the deal. So we took home the transmission and all the wheels. And I got to go back and pick up all the engines, the stands, and the radiator, and a bunch of other stuff. We took his Lexus down there to go check the stuff out first. And that's why we're fixing the truck now, so we can take that down there and go pick the rest up.
Yeah.
What does Walmart pay out here? I don't know. They're $17 an hour out where he lives? Are you kidding me? They pay somebody $17. What's the position? They're working in the deli, the meat market, or are they just being a door greeter? John said Google Claritin Code works.
Claritin Coat works?
Yeah. I don't know. Because he said to. Because he told you to. Just bought an 82 Z28 the other day. You inspired me to get another. Oh, God. I'm looking forward to red trash Camaro stuff, too. It's just I had to put the car down and get the Cutlass done. I have to get that Cutlass on the road before I can play with that car. So in the meantime, I've just been gathering parts for it. And speaking of the red Camaro, I just got a set of subframe connectors for it, brand new in the box, for $60. They're not UMIs or anything fancy. They're Moroso, which is a good product. They're $180 new, and the guy I got them from said, "Just give me $60." There's a guy I work with.
Coke works.
So I'm still gathering parts for that while I'm working on the Cutlass. But man, I want to drive that car so bad. Because you know I'm going to be a bitch. I'm going to baby the Cutlass. And I'm going to make sure nobody hits it with the shopping cart. And the Camaro is just the total opposite.
American Meal Steel Corporation.
I just want to blow donuts in people, in the yard here, get it airborne, beat the fuck out of it. That's the car I need in my life. But
It's a steel company.
I guess. But with the red Camaro, what I do want to do, I got those rims that in that package deal for everything. I got a set of G-Body 442 wheels. So I think I'm going to put that car on it because it'll have the Olds motor in it and a little signature will be Olds wheels on it. What condition is that 82 in? Because if you don't know, they are the only year where they made the interior plastics out of, like, what would you say?
Paper mache.
Paper mache. Wait, you scrolled up.
Oh, yeah.
Stacking food. McDonald's too. That's fucked up. You do not make $17 an hour for a high school job. You don't make a career. But then again, I don't know what things are priced like out where you live. Gas could be $8 a gallon out there. Even if gas is $8 a gallon, you don't pay somebody $15, $17 to work at a McDonald's. Hey, Benny, yeah, those Moroso subframe connectors, they're old. They're still in a box, but he's had this shit for, I don't know, probably 20 years. They're probably 20 years old, brand new in a box. And I am not spending $400 on UMI subframe connectors. You know what I'll do? I'll paint them red. I'll buy a UMI sticker off of eBay for $2 and put them on it. Who's going to know? I mean, I'm not really going to do that, but I'm just saying I could. Got new glasses and the contacts worked for a week. I'd still be going to contacts. I needed glasses for years, and I refused to wear them until I got LASIK. $20 for management. Okay, so if you get $20 to work at a Panda Express as a manager, what do you get for working a real job? Yeah, I could see that being a partial time job. So you may make $17 an hour, but it ain't no 40 hours plus a week. That's crazy. Landscaping, that's taxing. But yeah, I could see it. $30 an hour. $4.20 a gallon. What, for regular? What are we for super out here? I think we're like $4.05 for fucking premium.
Something like that.
It's still too expensive, I'll give you that. On 4th of July, the gas stations out here ran a special where it was $1.76 a gallon for regular 89 N93.
Sheets.
Yeah. I filled my gas tank in the Mustang for $23 with premium. The Subaru Forester got filled with premium for whatever we put in it.
Fucking Mustang. They ran out of gas. They ran out of premium at the sheets I took the Mustang to, so I had to fill halfway up with regular, and then drive down the road to the other sheets and fill up with premium. So I got mix in it.
I know what you're talking about, the transmission being a problem on that 82, because again, being an 82, it's the only year they put a 200 metric transmission in it.
300.
No, it's 200.
That was 300.
Nope. No, yeah, 300 is the 2-speed I had out of the Cutlass. That's a 300 super turbine. He's got that 200C metric bullshit. Those trainings are junk. You could blow those up with a fucking iron tube. It's the only year you can get a 3-speed automatic or a 4-speed manual. Everything 83 and up, you get the overdrive 7R4 or you get a T5 manual. Yeah, throw that transmission in the dumpster and put 350 behind it. Or an overdrive. Yeah, John, did you get the special out there too? The sheet special? Was it 176 like it was? They trying to do like some 1776 fucking bullshit.
That's it.
I didn't know that. I just figured that out.
177.6.
Okay.
I'm surprised they didn't do 17.
Dude, the gas station.
$17.
The fucking lines at the gas stations were wrapped around the blocks like gas wars of 73. I've seen pictures of that shit. That's what it looked like. You're waiting like an hour just to get gas. I got lucky. I pulled on the property. I pulled up to a pump. Nobody was sitting it for some reason.
Well, yeah, I was waiting out on the road, okay, in the Mustang, and I left the house with the tank on red. I'm like, I need fucking gas. I'm sitting out on the road, and I'm watching the fucking the stupid Sheets employee, idiot high schooler. He's like directing traffic coming in, so he's got him stopped at the road, and then the traffic's going out, and so he'd like someone would leave and he'd direct him in, but he don't have a walkie-talkie or anything, so he's walking up and down the roads looking at all the shit when something opens up, not paying attention when someone's leaving. And so I'm watching a fucking space be open for a minute. Then he finally walks by and goes, oh, there's one, and directs him a guy there. And he's not in contact with the other guy on the other side of the property, so he sends a guy there, and then the other guy sends a dude there. And I'm like, fuck this. I seen a spot open up. I went around everybody. And I pulled in, and then the guy came up to me. He's like, oh, next time, why don't you wait in line? I'm like, well, how about next time you pay the fuck attention? Because the shit was open for like 2 minutes, and you weren't paying attention. And then that was the first gas station I went to. And then when I ended up filling up on premium the second time, there's this truck waiting in the diesel pump line with a boat. And he's waiting in line behind the car in there. Then there's 2 cars in front of me behind the truck. And I watched the pump to the left of the truck open up, and the 2 cars in front of me don't go. All right? And then a car behind me came sailing by and took that spot. Well, you're a fucking idiot. So the pump 2 over from the truck opened up, and they didn't move, so I took that spot. And as soon as I pulled out, one of the car in front of me pulled out, wanted to get in front of me. So I was moving and pulled out right behind me.
Look, I'm front-wheel drive, and I'm doing a burnout, too. I ain't got no posse.
Not one time in any of the Fast and Furious movies did they stop for some gas.
That's right. See, my buddy said the same thing, John, about seeing the line and saying, I'll just pay full price. I could do that too, but I don't know. There's just something so satisfying about like getting it that cheap. And I didn't have to wait in line. Every pump was filled, and there was a line for all the pumps, except for the one pump I went to. I'm like looking like this, like, I don't think there's a car at that pump. So I got out of my car and walked up. I said, there isn't a car at that pump. Drove right up and got gas. Meanwhile, everybody else is like taking the hose and just stretching it over their trunk around the quarter, putting the pump in upside down. I'm like, y'all are retarded. Xbox for what, $80?
Yeah.
Xbox sucks.
It's original.
So's mine.
Yeah, but $80.
Xbox still sucks. Who dat? So yeah, anybody that's tuned in recently that hasn't been watching the whole episode, I don't even know what our duration is, 56 minutes. Expect Cutlass shit. That's all I'm filming right now, and I'm not posting a video until I have enough to make a complete episode. I've seen a lady stretch the hose around her car, upside down and everything. And when the pump shut off, she's squeezing the handle again to stuff the tank, which you should not do on anything modern that has like an evap system. You can flood out a charcoal canister that way. And she's flooding it so hard that it starts pouring out of the tank and it's running down her quarter onto the ground. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Sheets when they had that $1.76 deal on the 4th.
Yeah.
I was watching this lady pump gas in her car. She just keeps pulling the trigger every time it shuts off, stuffing the tank to the point where it's running down the quarter panel onto the ground.
Yeah.
You're fucking retarded.
And
They don't know.
and going into the
Watch your
the
language.
vacuum canister and ruining it.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I say watch your language with your other story.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube, so yeah, you can't be telling that story.
Tell the story.
No, don't tell the story. Don't tell the story because the story is not. It's a good story, but without the proper context, it's not worth telling. It's not worth telling.
I had low expectations, and yet you still.
Mark walks in. Whoa, we're live. Hold up. So, what are you going to do about that transmission in that 82? Where are you from, by the way? Are you clear across the country, or are you somewhat local to Pennsylvania? Because if you're local, I may have a T5 for you. We all know that fear-swapping horsepower of an 82 305. T5 will last.
I say fucking go behind the 350.
I think it's a lot of work only to blow a transmission up. It's going to blow up.
Well, let's put the V6 out of the Fiero in there.
He wants me to put... He's got an 86 Fiero out there. It's got a modern 3.8 Buick motor in it with a supercharger on it, with a small pulley, bigger injectors, big cam, all this. He's like, we should put that in the Camaro. And I'm like, as cool as that would be, that's way too much work. But that would be funny. What would be funnier than seeing a clapped out third-gen Camaro that clearly has a V6 in it, and all of a sudden they can smoke a lot of stuff around here. You only got a 3.6 or a 2.8 in it. It's a V6 Camaro
And manual.
and it's with a stick shift. That would his Fiero does sound good. We had it running yesterday. It sounds like an 8-cylinder at idle. If you've ever heard a built-up Grand National at idle, they sound boss.
Basically, the better Grand National motor.
Do yourself a favor. Do not rebuild the 200 that's in that car. Even if you could get parts for it. I bet you can't even get parts for that thing.
I can't get parts for my 4T60 in Bonneville. There's not a change to get parts for that.
Let's say hypothetically you could get parts for that 200 metric tranny. Don't do it. You're just going to hate life. You're going to hate life because it's going to blow up again. But my buddy Chris was telling me people do build them into race for drag cars because the parts are so low, lightweight for like a rotating mass, but they still don't last.
Well, my uncle used to run one.
Yeah, behind what, a 301 Pontiac?
Yeah.
Well, no wonder it survived.
Just saying. You got rid of that. Everyone was running turbo 350s, and he got rid of the rotating mass and the weight of the transmission.
He's saying those Fieras, those motors scoot. Yeah, no shit. That's a death wish, dude. It's literally, life is so boring. I just want to gamble with it. It's a full-size go-kart. And it's not stock. It blew the transmission that it's in it now blew up right away. The diff's blown out of the tranny. So he got an 02 Cavalier tranny for it.
Yeah.
He's got a better transmission to put in it, but I think he's going to sell the car.
I don't know. We started it up yesterday, and I was thinking that, man, maybe we should just push the Skylar down. Put the Fiero in. Off the transmission real
What,
quick.
push one Buick ship box out for another? Oh, John, you're talking package numbers. What's the L69? What is that? Dual scoop air cleaner, 373 gears, and all that fancy stuff they put on them. Or the 89 Formula 350. What about the Firehawk formulas they had? Didn't Pontiac make a third gen in like 90
They had what they put in them for 350s. They didn't have the LT1 by then, did they?
Hey, what?
Them late third gen Pontiacs. I think it's like an aftermarket type deal. The Firehawk.
Firehawk, like a 92?
Yeah, look that up. What is that's like an SLP car without being an SLP car. I'm looking for music, people.
L98 350. First gen, small block. 350 horsepower, 6-speed manual. It was still the first gen. It was an LT car. It was a 350 horse motor.
Okay.
You come to
He
sit?
said,
Come
John
sit in
said,
front of the camera. Come sit in front of the camera.
Y'all want to see Austin Powers?
Well, let me sit in the. Where you want this?
"Where'd you
chair?
find that at?"
What?
That.
I brought it from Jason's.
Oh, you only got one.
Why? You out?
Yes.
Oh.
John said put a 4.9 caddy in it in the Fiero.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure it would scoot a little bit better with how it's set up now.
We should play the Austin Powers music we discovered today,
Yeah.
Marty.
Anyway, he looks like Austin Powers.
Well,
Say groovy, baby.
groovy, baby.
You gotta say it with authority.
I know.
Groovy, baby.
Most people say I look like Drew Carey.
I can see it.
How many people you got online?
We only got 8 people watching.
Okay.
But that's. I'm sorry. I
Anybody
forgot.
from Germany?
No. I mean, might have one from Mexico, but no, this is all the regulars. John had a brand. Oh, he had one at 91. Excuse me for a second, Riley. I will pull it up. It is under the light.
I got it.
Which one you got? Okay. We found the soundtrack.
That light's too bright in the background. That one right there.
That one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's better.
There, we got the theme song. This is the legal version of the Austin Powers music. The royalty free. So what's up with the truck?
I gotta change out the brake line. And
Okay.
bleed it, and then
Oh, but you got the other one put in?
yeah.
All right. Yeah, he found.
Hopefully the bubble flare works. That I've used works.
So you replaced the one brake line, but you still want to replace the secondary one because it looks like it's getting thin.
Yeah.
You got lucky that it broke where it did and when it did. So Benny said the Firehawk had a bigger brakes and suspension as well.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's probably all WS6 shit, right?
Probably bigger than that. Probably Brembo, 6-piston Brembos and all that.
It should.
Just tell them about what happened when you uncovered your Fiero there.
The rat's nest.
I didn't find any.
No, but tell me you broke the door handle yesterday.
I did break the door handle.
Oh,
I was pulling on the door and I asked him, I said, why is the car locked? He said, it's not locked. You just got to pull really hard. And I said, well, I ain't pulling hard. So he goes over
plastic.
and pulls really. No, it's metal. It's pot metal, though.
oh,
He goes over and pulls really hard and the handle breaks right off his hand. It's
What
the same.
hap- what
It's
happened
the same shitty door handles you get on a third gen Camaro or Firebird.
at least it wasn't plastic. I mean,
What happened was it actually pulled the bolts. They're on the inside of the handle. The little fucking cap bolts pulled out of the end of the fucking handle. We
yeah.
just need to get in there with new bolts.
That car is like crumbling in the sun. I mean, it's like even the fiberglass is deteriorating in the sun.
That's all right. I couldn't find any rat's nests.
Well, or mouse nest. You couldn't find a mouse nest?
No, I looked underneath everything.
Yeah.
We did fire it up yesterday.
Oh, you got it started?
Yeah, I just put a battery in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I put the
Use
the right
musical batteries.
use the
Right,
right
set of keys.
use the right keys this time.
The correct set of keys and musical batteries, and
So, can't tell that guy.
I sent him a video running,
Yeah.
but nah, we fired up yesterday. I was just thinking of work today, man. I want to just push the Skylark out.
Oh,
Push that.
I got the title to the
Trans Am.
Trans Am out in the car.
Okay.
but yeah, it's plastic.
$27,000. The insurance.
Wow.
What Riley should do is he should.
Actually,
Drive it over a cliff.
the guy,
Jump out though first.
the insurance guy said
What he should do is pull that drivetrain out and put it in a
average value's
DeLorean.
27.
Then it'd be cool.
Nice value is 45,
Really?
and concourse level is 75.
Yeah, but how much you have to pay for that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just putting it up for 27.
So you don't even know what it's going to cost you. It's not much, I know.
No. But no, I was thinking, man, push this Skylark out and
A Vega.
pull the
Yeah, that'd be
Ferraro
cool
in.
too.
Swap that transmission real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Put it in like a Cosworth or something. That's what you should do. You should put that fucking motor in a Cosworth Vega.
You know the problem is cosmetically the car doesn't look good. It's got like door trim.
No, he don't have a
falling off.
DeLorean. He got the Fiero. I'm saying that motor would be cooler in a DeLorean.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. If the DeLorean had done that originally, he'd have had a car.
He would have
Real
had a
cool.
car.
You'd have had a
what, they
real
have
car.
2.8s in them?
If they put a supercharged 3.8 in them, in the
No, I said what they
DeLorean.
have in them.
No, they
2.8s?
came with a
Oh, they had that
2.4.
fucking Peugeot shit box French
Oh.
motor.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's probably as slow as the Forester.
Oh, do you have the brake pads for the Forester?
I'd have to look for him.
Speaking of which, Marty's got a deal set up for you.
For me?
I may have a deal set up.
Oh, you found a car?
It's not a
Flipper?
car, it's parts.
Parts. Oh,
Engines. Okay, so you know how I just cleared out that guy for those 307s, a 260 and a 350? I got another guy that actually reached out to me that's got like 7 455s, 2 425s, a 400, a 330. It's just, it guy's got nothing but big blocks except for that one 330. And he's got like parts out the ass for the rest of them. If I could buy it as one lot, you could sell the big blocks like $600 a clip. They would fly off the handle. But,
they would?
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
$600?
Especially if they're the pre-70 big blocks.
Well,
That's what the guy said. It's all 68 to 72 stuff. Also,
Yeah. So
uh-huh.
it's all the valuable.
except for
big
the 425s. I think they're 67.
Look for any 350, small block.
yeah, the
010
010
block.
Chevys.
010 Chevy.
No, but these Oldsmotors would be worth big money if he could get if you would invest with him in it for like $2,000.
And what's the heads they want? They're really expensive.
Vortex, but certain Vortex.
Vortex heads.
But no, these would sell really quick and really easy.
So what's okay? You're kind of working a deal.
Yeah, he's
Like-
gonna go down there and look at it and see what the guy wants.
more.
I was telling him you can invest in it with him.
Yeah. Be the banker.
Yeah.
Well, it turned a profit. The
Yeah.
guy said.
I need
Guy
a.
said that he's getting ready to move. He's old. He wants to retire and he wants to move down south. So
Yeah.
he wants to clear his fucking lot out.
So we need to make 50%. That's the goal.
Buy for two, sell each motor for $600. That's
Do the
seven.
math on that.
That's 6 motors. What's 6 times 600? 3,600. Plus
Oh, yeah.
a 425. What do you think?
If you paid 200
What
and
do you
got
sell
600, that's
425
better.
for?
Hey, I'll see you later, John. Take it easy and
It's 100.
keep that sugar baby around. Just fucking nice.
What do you sell a 425 for, Marty? $1,000?
No, I mean you could.
800?
What
600.
What had 425 in it?
Everything 67 and back, like
So, like
65,
65. What?
66 Oldsmobiles.
Oh, big. Oh,
The 425 is what they had before they came out with
Okay.
455,
What was the 330? What
which
can you get
I'd
for
rather prefer. I wish I had a 425. You can spin them up higher.
that? What can you get for the? What could you get for the 330?
$500. Well, 330s have 4 cranks in them. 600. Just label every motor for 600
Okay, so
bucks.
you're at $4,800 for everything. $5,000 almost.
Oh,
So buy for
Jacob, I don't know if you was listening. You're asking what do we think about 330s. 330, it's a 350 olds with the same power, but you can spin them up higher. They got better internals. The 330s are awesome. They just
They have lower torque ratings, but they have more rev happy.
rev happy. Beat the shit out of them and they come back for more. versus you could blow up a 350 driving it like you would in a 330.
So, Marty, what was the difference between the
425.
Let me finish.
Y'all are two peas in a pot. He says that to me all the time.
Um,
Don't give me that look and go, you let me
A
finish.
Chrysler 318 and a like a Chrysler or a Dodge 340. Are they completely different motors, or
I don't know Chrysler like that. The only thing I know about their small blocks is that 318s take a licking and keep on coming back, and 360s you can blow up pretty easy.
okay?
And I know one is externally balanced, and one's internally balanced. I believe the 360 is externally balanced.
Okay, because they used to put 340s in. That was the base engine in a lot of the Dodge Chargers.
No, the 318 be the base motor.
Oh, I mean, for an actual Charger,
Yeah.
you could get a 318.
Yeah. And then these
What's the
days,
mid
people
size?
think that shit's worth money.
It's a
Look, I pulled a
mid-size. So it's
318 Charger out of the woods.
It's like a Chevelle was the base motor for
Yeah,
a
'cause
Chevelle
my-
was 307.
Like my cousin had a 73 Charger.
Chris, yeah, I got the Skylark. You mean the post car? Yeah, I got it. I ain't got $1,600. Stop trying to spend my money for me.
What's on the chat there? What do they say?
Chris is on here. He sent me a Skylark earlier. It's a 69. It's a
Uh-huh.
post car. It's local. It's got a South Mountain sticker on it, but it's just a roller. It's $1,600. I ain't buying that shit.
A little rusty.
Nah, it looked good for what it was.
Zach should buy it. You jam that LT1 in it.
Benny, what are you?
That.
So a 1990 LS.
Benny, what are you doing to them 330s? You're gonna sell them or hang on to them?
Because they don't make an LS 400 anymore. So
No.
Jacob, if you got a 330, you can put it in that Delta easy.
almost a
It's
new one then.
the swap of putting that 330 in it is gonna
200 in Facebook.
putting a 330.
LS400?
Hey,
Yeah.
putting a 330 in
We
your
are.
Delta is gonna be as easy
We
as
found
taking.
an LS400?
I'll put my cigarette out on your neck. It's as easy as taking the 307 out and putting it back in. You take the 307 out, you put the 330 in, and plug it all right back in. But you're gonna have to modify. You're gonna have to change the exhaust because the manifolds are different.
LS400s are worth more than the 430s. Should I just sell it, buy it, just resell?
The 340 is definitely more sought after. That's a performance engine.
340 Buick?
No, the Chrysler motor. Eric's saying that you can get a Charger with a slant 6. It's a 225.
It's none of these.
Yes, Chris, you're correct. It's a natural born parts car.
That's why I always send them, whenever I see something like that, I send it straight to, like,
Look at that. That's a 91.
that's not it?
That's actually not it.
Benny's sitting on 17 engines.
Who is?
Classic Ride Society. He's down in Texas, and he
Uh-huh.
scours the junkyards, and he gets pretty good deals on stuff.
Oh,
Big blocks, 455s, 425s, Buick motors, Pontiac motors.
That's a 90?
that's a 91.
It wasn't-
It was a 90. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris. Do you want me to tell the story, Chris? I'll tell this. We could all tell the story. We've seen it.
No.
We were just at Carlisle. Eric, I know you've seen it on my Facebook page, but there was a guy attempting to sell a 69 Charger that sat in the woods for 40 years after a tree fell on it for $7,500. And they looked over the car, and the only thing that was usable on it was the VIN number and the Dana rear end in the back of it. The car was crushed. It was a corpse.
And he brought it to
He
Carlisle.
brought the Carlisle on a trailer, and he's asking $7,500 because it's a Charger.
A 69 Charger.
It's a 69. It's a corpse of. It's remnants of a 69 Charger.
Yeah.
You could use the VIN number and the rear end. That's it. Everything else is destroyed.
I couldn't find it, but that was nice.
Yeah. Look at it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's because it was a 440 RT car,
442 barrel.
2-barrel,
Oh, maybe this is it.
and it was a
Yeah, maybe
4-speed.
this is it.
Nice deal.
Nah, Eric, the Black Ghost, that's a
Rust-free
Challenger.
dice.
It's also a fake.
Oh yeah, this is it. That was 400 dealer, no financing cash.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Benny, that's what we did. My dad had a shop for years, and now we just have a storage unit. So I'm in the same boat.
He was saying these are hard to find clean ones.
Yeah, that's a nice deal. That's a really good deal. Those are worth.
Who just joined the chat?
Yeah.
Who just left the chat? The numbers are coming up and going down.
Yeah. Rather, your mother's online now.
Amazon.
This is not the Amazon page.
What's Amazon stop by your house? What, 16 times a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
The dogs don't even bark at them anymore.
We know them. That's like family
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a distance.
Yeah. We see them more than the people that live here.
even more than me.
Yeah. Amazon comes to our house so much the recycling truck backs into our driveway to pick up the boxes every week. The flattened boxes.
So, if I keep the stream going, we're at an hour and 17 minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? I think I'm going to close this off at an hour and 30. So, y'all got like 22, 23. We'll call it 22 minutes.
Should hit up George tomorrow.
So we'll actually.
Yeah, but Chris, you offered the guy $500 for that Charger. That means you still got to go down there with a truck and a trailer and pick it up, and that's fuel cost. I told the guy, give me $500 and I'll take it off your hands.
Oh, not exactly though. And then I have to go ahead and put the pinstripes on. But other than that, yeah, it's drivable for the most part.
Hey, you guys go to Hershey Car Show?
I haven't in years.
I haven't been there since 2007.
Oh,
Probably
but
probably about the same
I've been
time.
I've been there. The last time I was there was like 5 years ago.
It's been like 15 plus.
I
years.
like it. I mean, if
Benny wants to come up from Texas to one of our shows. He's asking what's better, Fall Carlisle or Hershey.
usually they're one's right after the other. Is it the following week? So you
Yeah.
can stay up here.
What do you like more?
What's up, Road?
Hershey or Fall Carlisle?
Fall
Carlisle is a swap meet. So if you look at
Hershey's a swap meet too, but see Hershey's the old stuff,
say it's antique.
antiques.
Oh, hot rod or
Like
shit.
Not-
like 1930
Even
stuff.
before that,
I got
brassier
a
stuff.
Model T.
and the high end stuff, the really high end, like Rolls Royces, stuff from the
Cadillacs.
Chris,
Cadillacs,
I got you, Chris.
Model Ts, and all that other stuff. It's not muscle cars, but people bring muscle cars there and sell them.
pre-World War II shit.
Yeah,
That's like 300 years ago. No,
If-
man.
yeah. If you're looking for a swap meet that has 70s, 60s, and 70s and 80s stuff, Carlisle's better. But if you're looking for stuff from before that, pre-war stuff, brassier stuff, I mean,
Benny, I go to Carlisle. He said he can only hit one.
yeah.
I go to Carlisle. You're gonna find everything at Carlisle. It sounds like it's more really niche Model T, pre-World War II shit at Hershey.
I mean, but the I like going to Hershey because they'll have the guys there that restore this stuff for like Concours d'Elegance, the stuff they're having. They'll have a tent with $1 million car in it. You know what I mean? A Bugatti, something like that. Those French cars, Hispano Suiza,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you want a foreign job, go to Hershey.
Yeah, or early American stuff, all the like the Packards and like Packard
Nash,
and early Cadillac and
Studebaker.
Lincoln, the early Lincoln stuff.
LaSalle.
Yeah,
Is it Steel Panther?
You just now figured that out.
Well, I heard it. I was hearing it before, and I'm like, this sounds like Steel Panther.
I go to Carlisle. That's my vote. We should just live stream Steel Panther.
Yeah, like those the lofi hip hop mix on YouTube.
What you mean?
It's that like 24/7 live stream of just like hip hop, like smooth hip hop.
Oh, they got that for everything. I got Neo's Dreamscape. It plays me shit from the 40s. 40s jazz in the background.
Yeah, there's
You need to broaden your audience. Also discuss anime
No, I like to keep that. I like to keep those people
bring
away.
Kyle down here.
and what's that Minecraft?
Yeah,
You're saying we should get all the nerds involved.
Call of Duty Warzone,
Call of Duty, Dragon Ball Z, anime.
Pokemon,
No.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. But
Baseball.
you're into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Baseball
Yeah, in sixth
collecting,
grade.
baseball card.
Yeah, then I got cars. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is what I'm
Here's
missing.
that car Chris just sent. Except it's like
No, that's a different one. That's
except
68.
it's not that. No, that's it. But it's not that car, and it's like 3 times as expensive.
That's 68. Is it even a custom?
No.
We need to get some Japanese guys to talk about the car scene in Japan.
I have no interest in that.
See what it's different than.
Didn't we drop bombs on them years ago and like our economy boomed
Yeah.
and we actually
Then we
felt good
talked
about
about how to make cars and they made them better.
It's happening, man. What are you doing? You know where we're at? You should come down. We bring Kyle and Patrick down and we have the Nerd Fest.
Patrick.
Dude from my work. The dude that bought the HHR for, what did he pay for that? It's like 28 grand.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's right. You bought a 2010?
Oh, here we go.
What's an HHR?
A Homo Hot Rod.
That Chevy.
Oh, that
PT
Chevy. Oh,
You bought a 2010 HHR with like 100,000 miles for 28 grand.
oh my God.
What's
I mean,
up?
how many lists?
Yeah.
Is
I
that
like-
how many lists on the YouTube is that on? Like the worst cars ever.
Well, just like how
Yeah.
fucking idiotic do you have to be to buy that?
Yeah, I mean it's not a truck, it's not a hot rod. It's
Well, for 28 grand, that's a new car.
it only resembles
You don't want to wrap this stream up.
it only resembles a whole bunch of different classes of car, but it actually isn't one of them. It's none of them. It's not a hot rod, but it looks like a hot rod. It's not a truck, but it looks like a truck. It's not a PT Cruiser, but it looks like a PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Well, I can ask the audience. I can keep streaming.
It's like a what is if a what's that Plymouth Prowler fucked a PT Cruiser, they would have an HHR.
It's like a you know those 90 Chevy Malibu wagon looking things?
Yeah,
It's like what a Chevy, like a 99 Chevy Malibu and a PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Baby.
yeah.
What are they saying?
I can't read it.
Wants to come down, let's come hang out and see what
Okay. Test the speech up wants to. What's up, Kyle? Okay.
28 for an HHR is crazy.
Yeah.
HHR is ugly as fuck. Same as the SSR pickup thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, road's coming down.
Chevy Max was
the wagon
thing. Okay.
Who's coming down?
How?
How? Why?
He was gonna hang out. So maybe we're on the street for another half hour.
Okay.
Usually this
Yeah.
is the turning point about when weird shit starts happening. on
Yeah.
the
So
street.
we're talking about if two cars fucked, what would they? And they have to come up with another car.
Are we integrating different companies with different countries?
Yeah. Whatever. If two cars,
Bang. What
well,
car?
and
would they make?
what contraption would they? Would
Okay,
they
well, here's
produce?
my question. Who fucked and made the Volkswagen thing? That's a valid question.
That's a Mini and a Mini Cooper because they sort of like the boxiness of a Mini Cooper. Maybe a V, but you couldn't say VW because it's too VW.
I have an interesting topic to talk to you guys about. I just got to go outside and take a leak real quick. But when I get back, I have a very good topic to talk about, and I want to see if who else here or on here agrees with what I'm about to say. You'll like this one.
Get ready.
A thing. It'd be a Mini Cooper and a deuce and a half.
Yeah. A Jeep.
Yeah.
A Mini Cooper and a Jeep.
A Willys Jeep.
And a Willys Jeep would produce a Volkswagen thing.
What about a fucking those Volkswagen squarebacks?
Yeah. The station wagon.
Yeah, that's a Carmen Ghia,
Oh, that's
like what Jim's got.
he had the station wagon.
Yeah,
That was actually a pretty
squareback.
we had one of those. My parents had one of those.
Yeah. It was a Carmen Ghia. I know that it's based off the Carmen Ghia.
Yeah.
Refrigerator stinks so bad.
It's a Carmen Ghia and
Grab me one of those beers in there.
a fucking
I gotta open the door again?
a dog
Yeah.
wagon.
Fucking ricks in here.
I know.
What is in here?
It's probably rotten eggs.
Something died.
Probably rotten eggs.
There's some eggs that have been in there quite a while.
There you go.
Isn't there a? Oh, well, this will be good enough.
Like Yingling. Or those Sam Adams.
Sam Adams.
Oh, those things suck.
So, my conversation topic I wanted to talk about was everybody knows the expression that it's a dog thing. Pets and their owners look alike. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm saying the same rules apply to automobiles.
Okay.
You can definitely match who's driving what out in a parking lot. When you see somebody driving a car in traffic, they definitely
Yeah.
they look exactly like I thought they would.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Like
That's
you mean
100% a thing.
I mean, like people driving Ultimas.
Subhuman filth, ghetto trash, white trash, trailer trash, whatever you want to call it. Yes, trashy people drive 40 Fetcher Ultimas, but it's not the context of that kind of car in particular. It's like,
They look like they're.
look at my dad.
Yeah.
He looks fucking old, angry, and pissed off, and he drives that busted up wagon around with
Yeah.
a fucking attitude. He drives like a maniac.
Yeah.
You see him, he looks like that car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He looks like he's got fake wood paneling.
Himself.
The 70s,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cars and their owners look alike.
Yeah.
It's not just pets, it's also automobiles. You ever go to pass somebody because they're going like 35 under the speed limit and you look over and you're like, fuck, they look exactly like I thought they would.
Yeah.
That should be a whole YouTube episode on its own. Cars and their owners. They go hand in hand. Now, every once in a while, somebody throw you for a loop. But for the most part, it's pretty damn accurate.
Just tell Chris about Harry's Sonic Cleaner.
Harry got a sock
I want to build a Dumb and
Where I
Dumber.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dumb and Dumber dog wagon. Remember that?
What?
From the movie Dumb and Dumber, they drove that.
Yeah. You would buy a bread truck just to put the dogs in it.
Did you get me a beer?
Yeah.
Right there?
Oh
You're the one that opens a beer and then leaves it full.
no,
No, it's
No,
behind
that
you.
one right
You
there.
picked up the twisted tea, looked at the beer.
no,
Right there, that one.
no, that's empty.
What? Did you drink it?
I thought you would have
You
given me
didn't
a
even
Sam
open it.
Adams.
No, I didn't get a
Oh,
beer.
okay.
I'll have to take my pizza out of the fridge.
Somebody keeps opening beers and taking a sip and then leaving them. I cleaned them all
Do you have
the
any
other day.
Tums?
in the house.
Okay,
You need some.
yeah, for mom.
The HHR is
Oh,
ugly as
okay.
fuck. Correct. What's a
It's
Chevy
just like all
Max?
my fucking drugs. And that's just gonna come from my heroin. And then my perks.
Oh, is Blackie Lawless one of my favorite
She gave
singers?
you a couple
No,
extra.
I like their music a lot. I love Wasp, but no.
Yeah, you gave me the.
My favorite singer is David Lee
You
Roth
want
and everything that comes from David Lee
No,
Roth.
did I give you that?
Any descendant of David Lee Roth.
It's from me.
Oh,
Because you motherfuckers be
I
falling off
forgot.
me.
I forgot it that I'd given.
I like Wasp as a whole. Wasp is
Palm it
Wasp.
off
David
and
Lee
off.
Roth is Van Halen.
Why is this playing?
Because it's part of the playlist.
What is that?
I'll bring it over and show my dad.
Here, I'm just going to turn it up so everybody on the channel can hear it. This is what just popped up on the radio.
Is it?
Let's
Wait.
listen.
It's not
Just listen. You be all right.
copyright, is it?
No.
Drink alcohol with this medication. Every time you tell me not to do something, it makes me want to do it more. But out of curiosity, why? Why can't I drink alcohol with this medication? Because it'll make one alcoholic drink feel like 4.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't want to do that. No, sir. We won't drink alcohol with this medication. We certainly won't crush it up and put it in the alcohol. No, never.
It'll make one drink feel like 4.
No, never.
Should open this back up. Put the chain hoist there.
Yeah. For what though?
I will re-attend the group in a second.
Put all the engines up there.
I don't think the floor would hold them.
What's YouTube say?
Oh, what's it say? Michigan muscle car. How would I look up an El Camino?
So how would I look in my...
Okay. Oh, how would I look in my El Camino?
Wait, what's he asking, Marty?
What are you asking?
Does he look?
Michigan Muscle Car is asking, how would I look in my El Camino?
Does he look like?
He's got a 71 El Camino. What
Does
do
he
you
look
got?
like his car?
Oh, how would he look in his El Camino? I don't know.
I've seen you. You look like an El Camino driver, Herb.
What's an El Camino driver look like?
Like Herb.
And
I haven't seen her.
Northwest Bucket says he does that all the time in the park and looks at people and
Marty-
says you look like you belong in that car.
100%, Herb. You look like you belong in your El Camino.
What's he
That's
look
not
like?
an insult. That's just, yeah, I can see it. God, give me a second. You know what we need for background music? We need Jim Morrison and Screaming Jay Hawkins. That's what we need.
How old was Jim Morrison when he died?
27. Part of 27 Club. Died July 3rd, 71.
How old was Jimi Hendrix?
27.
How old was Janis Joplin?
27. How old was Kurt? How old?
How old was Keith Moon?
No, he was like 33. He didn't die because he's part of the... Keith Moon did not die because he's part of the 27 Club. Keith Moon died by accident because he lived longer than anybody expected him to.
How old was Keith Richards?
Nobody knows how old Keith Richards is. I think if a nuclear bomb went off, the only thing that'd be left is Keith Richards and bugs. I think when God invented the planet, he was like, this is Keith Richards. I don't know where he came from, but he's here.
I saw on Reddit someone posted.
Jeez.
I saw someone posted on the Ask Reddit. He said, "Who are you surprised most who's still alive?"
Mm.
Every day I see Ozzy still alive. It surprised me. I'm like, dude, Ozzy's got nothing on Keith Richards.
No, he doesn't.
I posted that, and then I looked down. First comment is, "I guess you don't know who Keith Richards is."
What?
I posted that. I said, no, you don't. Ozzy's got nothing on Keith Richards. And then I looked down. First comment. I guess you don't know who Keith Richards is.
Yeah. Keith and Bugs. No, and Kurt Cobain. That goes 27. They're all the 27 Club. It's that Hollywood bullshit. I'm going to start a new conspiracy saying that Jim Morrison is George Carlin. If you've ever seen George Carlin's early work, like from the early 70s, just listen and close your eyes and go, holy shit, that's Jim Morrison talking. Look up a very, very early version of George Carlin and tell me I'm wrong. I fucking dare you. Prove me wrong on that. You ever heard early Carlin? Before he was a mean, old, jaded fuck.
Oh yeah.
Sounds just like Jim Morrison.
In the
Like
70s.
The way he talks. The
Yeah.
shit he talks about.
That leaks come from the torque converter.
I bet it's coming from the transmission. All right, who's in here? What you already to say? Are we still talking about HHRs in here?
That's wrong. You know.
No, Marty does not like Van Hagar. That's not even a real thing. Don't acknowledge it. That's music for mall crowds. Herb. Van Halen, I blame it on Eddie Van Halen, his fault, single-handedly destroyed Sammy Hagar's dignity. He made the man rich, but destroyed his dignity. Sammy Hagar definitely made some killer albums way beforehand. But as soon as he joined Van Halen, boo.
And then he fired him because he turned 50.
Right?
Like he was never going to turn 50.
Could you imagine Dave singing all that keyboard frilly shit? No, Dave said, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And like Dave said, Sammy may bring the party, but I am the party.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Van Halen much more with.
Herb, are you talking about the song that was playing in the background? It's you can only find a live version of it.
Doors.
Yeah, it's a Doors song, but you can only get it live. It's "Build Me a Woman." Build me a woman, make her 10 feet tall. Yeah. What's Montrose? What is Montrose?
Is there some? Is there
They
some?
smell.
Yeah.
Throw it to traffic.
Probably just throw them all out.
Yeah, we could.
Okay, I would never do this.
Some of them are more recently put in there.
I would never do this currently. I've matured, but there's. Hang on. I've matured, so I'd never do this. But right down the street here, there's a sign that says "Watch for Ice," and they so happen to have a junk ice machine on the property here, like a Good Time ice freezer. I said we should push that out in the road around the blind corner, and when somebody plows into it, he said, "Didn't you read the sign? It says watch for ice."
Yes, it literally all of the classroom size says ice.
That would be something like what's that jackass would do.
How about the duck down the road?
Oh yeah, all kinds of weird shit happens around here. The other day we were driving somewhere, right here in this neighborhood,
When
and
we went to go look at those parts.
when we went to go look at all those old motors, there was a guardrail going around a corner. There was a big duck just sitting on top of the guardrail watching traffic go by.
Yeah.
Just staring me right in the face.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. A big white duck.
With the red eye patch.
Yeah.
It was just, dude,
It's white. That wasn't a duck. That's a kind of a goose.
it was big.
Yeah.
I told
it was
him.
a goose.
I said it's like if a fucking duck was the size of a seagull or vice versa.
I'm like, I saw that. I'm like, I didn't know that those domestic geese could fly.
Dude, the thing made eye contact with me.
They
as we
fly up
passed
on
it.
top.
He's just looking out the window and he sees the
Yeah.
duck. He's like, what the fuck? And then we turned around and goes, there it is. There's all kinds of wacky shit. This is the
All right, Herb, I'll look that up.
hey Marty. This song's like the theme song for the property.
Voodoo, voodoo. We got Screaming Jay Hawkins playing in the
All
background.
sorts of wacky shit going on.
And if you don't know who Screaming Jay Hawkins is, he's from the mid-'50s. He's prehistoric to Arthur Brown, and Arthur Brown's prehistoric to Alice Cooper. Backtrack that. You get Alice Cooper from Arthur Brown and Screaming Jay Hawkins as a combo made Alice Cooper.
I'm just waiting for the day I come in here and there's a fucking
Oh, so
1920s roller coaster on the property.
well,
Right.
on Monday, we brought the remnants of the fireworks show we had over the weekend up at my friend Jason's house, and had a whole big trailer full of stuff. And in amongst there were some duds, right? Some duds that didn't go off. So, unbeknownst to me, Jason takes one of these like little mortars and lights it and throws it down on the grass, and it goes off, and it starts shooting fireworks all different directions. Right?
Mark, go ahead, finish your story.
And believe it or not, one of them shot and hit my trash barrel.
No,
My
your
burn barrel, and caught it on fire.
Landed right in the burn barrel and caught the shit on fire.
The stuff I had in the burn barrel.
It could have hit anything. The abandoned house
Yeah.
over there could have hit the barn we're in.
And then later, he throws one in the burn barrel while I'm reaching down, and it actually shoots off, and it goes like right. One of them goes right by my head, and one hits him in the arm. You know, I'm like, stop that
You
shit
missed it.
because
You weren't here on
it's
4th
going to
of
burn the
July.
whole barn down. I said, yeah, because I like Jason. There's no insurance on this barn because they wouldn't insure it.
You missed 4th of July when they were blowing all the mortars up outside.
Yeah.
The fucking tube fell over. I saw it. Nobody else did. They're all
Yeah.
looking in the sky. I see the tube go boom. And I'm like,
Yeah.
run! And the fucking tube blows right into the shed where the Trans Am's at, blows the fuck up, and it spins around. And then another one shoots off. It hits the Fiero windshield and skis off into the street.
Oh, jeez.
And it's all fucking surveillance.
Oh, my God. And
We're
this-
out here watching. All you see is me go,
This tinder dry old barn here. All it would take is one.
this barn's made out of kindling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if it hit the old
Chris.
house down there with the junk house, then it could have burned it down, and I wouldn't be blamed for it.
Bon Scott. That is the answer that is correct, Chris.
What? Bon Scott.
Chris asked Bon Scott or Brian Johnson. I know where he's coming from. It's,
You know,
it's an old joke.
I was just thinking, we could knock that house down. You know what we could do?
Yeah.
You take a chain out of the end of the pole there.
Mission.
The
Hey,
pole where you pull
Herb.
the post
What are you
out.
talking about?
Yeah.
Rock Candy?
That's on all
Are you
the,
talking about the
voice
fucking
Yeah.
band
Wrap
Vince
the chain
Neil was in, or are you
around it,
talking about the
screw
band
something,
Rock Candy?
Yeah.
And just rip it out, straight out.
Right.
Hang on,
I'm gonna be here.
Hold
for
on.
that.
Herb. If you're talking about the band Rock Candy, one, you can't get your hands on their music at all. Period. And I may actually have a copy of their shit in my car.
Rock Candy.
Rock Candy. It's a band that never really got signed. It's like if Poison was good.
Oh.
Poison sucks, but if they did it correctly, it would be Rock Candy.
What do we got to say? To check it out, Herb. Oh, the song Rock Candy. Oh, the song.
Song Rock Candy by Sammy Hagar.
Oh, isn't he talking about a band named Rock Candy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking trucking brake lines. You need to get all those brake lines checked out.
Yeah.
I think the only ones that are left are the ones going to the rear end.
That need replaced.
Yeah. Well, they're all getting replaced now, so they'll be good again.
So from that manifold, only the ones that go to the rear haven't been
Yeah,
replaced.
the one. Well, yeah.
This song is called Constipation, by the way. Constipation Blues. What's your feet? Okay, Herb. I don't have the Rock Candy album out in the car. I guess it was in the Camaro when I sold it.
The song Rock Candy
The song by
Sammy
Sammy
Hagar.
Hagar.
Oh. I have to look that one up too. Well, since we were talking about Sammy Hagar, I had that album out in the car. That's a good one. VOA. Very good album. And then here's another very good album. And if any of you guys don't know what this is, look it up. It's the original Pantera. Much, 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 much better band. This album's called I Am the Night. They had 3 albums. They had Metal Magic, Heavy Metal Rules, and I Am the Night. Best album they ever made.
1984, this album came out.
Yep, this one came out in 85. That one came out in 84.
I can't drive 55 yet.
Now, see, here's how fucked up I am.